Update 5 on Typhoon Soulik, which has now weakened to a tropical storm, but still with winds of 70 miles per hour, which is still pushing typhoon status, with a pressure of 978 millibars. Current positions 26.8 degrees north, 119.1 degrees east, and is moving northwestward into China now. It made landfall earlier around 10 o'clock UTC, around 6 p.m. local time, and the storm is currently moving through into China towards the northwest, and then eventually will curve north as it dissipates. Typhoon warning still in effect for Linshan County in Taiwan, and Orange Typhoon alert is still in effect for the coast of China at the moment. Heavy rain warnings also still effective for parts of central and western Taiwan, and the gale advisories are in effect for Kumijima and the Miyako and Yayama Islands in Japan as well. Also, something that isn't noted on there is that there are rain warnings also in effect in China, of course, because obviously the storm is still raging and could still cause some significant flooding issues in China and indeed in Taiwan at the moment, as the storm is still very much in the vicinity. The sea surface temperatures are still very warm, though they're not really that applicable anymore considering that the storm is now over land, but nonetheless 29 degrees generally near Taiwan, not that dented by the storm's passage, though it is 28 degrees out at sea. It was 30 degrees before Soulik formed, but obviously being such a strong storm, the sea temperatures went down a little bit when the storm moved over. This is the last 24 hours in satellite imagery. You can see its first landfall over Taiwan, the eye becoming not visible until after it passed over Taiwan, and then moving over China, a bit of a ragged eye moving into the Chinese coastline, and you can see there most of the storminess is displaced towards the south of the storm now, so that's where the heaviest of the rain will be. To the north it's probably not going to be as bad, probably worst in the south, to the south of the centre of the storm, and that will probably be the case right up until dissipation of Typhoon Soulik, obviously. And of course winds are still at 70 miles per hour, so it could cause a little bit of wind damage perhaps for some locations in China, but the main concern at this point will be rainfall, as has been the case for quite a while now, and it will probably cause some significant flooding in some areas of China and indeed in Taiwan. Obviously very mountainous terrain over some parts of Taiwan will probably cause some flooding in those locations if obviously it hasn't caused some issues already. Looking at the world tropics then, July the 13th, Typhoon Soulik obviously making landfall. Invest 93W is also in the Pacific now, and that could develop into a storm. We're hinting at that one, and the remnants of Chantal still going in the Atlantic. This is the Pacific Ocean, nothing going on in the east, it's all in the west at the moment. Soulik overland now, and Invest 93, which is not too far from the islands of Palau and Yap, which could move towards the Philippines over the next few days. So that's the next storm to watch, but not just yet because it hasn't formed as of yet. 2013 compared then, 6 tropical storms, 2 typhoons and 1 category 3 or higher, obviously Soulik being that one, the second typhoon to form this year after Rumbia a few weeks ago, and of course 6 tropical storms so far. Quite a little way behind 2010 at this stage, but I don't think it'll be that way for too long because obviously there's still many months of activity yet to go, and it will all be covered on the website and indeed on videos throughout the year at the Force 13 website. force13.com/storm tracking is where you can track any other storms that form in between video updates, and there you're presented with the overview map and the tables at the top and bottom showing which storms are active and any warnings that are currently in effect, and then you can go elsewhere on the web as well. The social pages, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, we're on all 3 of those, of course. Just search Force 13, you should find us fairly easily enough, and please show your support by commenting, liking or anything else, and if you do have a comment on the storm or any questions, just send them in on the YouTube channel and I'll get back to you in due course if it is relevant. But that's all for now. The next update will probably be in a bulletin this evening, that would be around midnight UTC, July the 14th, Sunday. That's all for now though.